After that video feed, and I watched it to see where we're at. They recommend Charles Stanley and the one guy with the hair miser hair from the. I have to admire him as hair miser hair. It's hard for me to keep my hair long because of all the chemical poisoning. It's death and decay, and when the stuff comes out, it like with Cyndi Lauper and some of the other people, and they have the plaque psoriasis or whatever and stuff. Okay, it comes from inordinate amounts of stress, and then being in toxic environments, and they go to bars and clubs and arenas, and everybody smokes and stuff. And they're all usually in metroplexes, being stressed because of economics, and so that puts a lot of toxins in. The things in your eyes and stuff, and they're extremely puffy, and every time the guys have to run the diesel pump outside my window. Okay, so I know what the fuck is. Fuck. Okay, but what do you do? You're getting water in the orchard, which is good for you and good for the trees. Now I sleep. I move my bed right under this tree, right underneath it. Over there, it's not as close to the trees. It's closer to the driveway where it's just flat dirt. So I moved my bed directly under a tree at night, and it does help as far as sleeping and my oxygen levels. So I put it, it's, like basically if you could get a mosquito net and just sleep in the front yard. So, whatever, what any little bit you can do. And I was talking, Senya Sen was a physician. And, Thomas Edison, today's nutritionist is tomorrow's physician. And, it hurts when I do that. So don't do that no more and stuff. And so, we're dealing with very, 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 very humble people who are very, very, very intelligent because they're humble. You just understand. You observe, you understand, then you analyze and process through observation and understanding of eternal gratitude and love. And so that's the best way to do things. When you get excited and think, I'm going to be this great hero, I'm going to save all the, that's when you fuck everything up. Because the main, like Judah Krishnamurti and those scientists talked about with that one video I shared with you guys all the time on Facebook, from YouTube. Why don't you change? You as a human being. The biggest issue we have as human beings is human selfishness. Okay, that's the cause of almost all human suffering, horrible things. And we were sitting there, it was neat. I was playing some of my video games with stuff I know about. Amy helped me with that. She goes, why don't you just go to instead of looking to where you want to go, that's attachment. Go to where you've been and fix in your mind, emotionally and mentally, where you've been. And then let where you go be where, you're supposed to be. To let go of the future and just you go back to the past and reconcile all that stuff. And I'm like, that is so good, Amy. You must be working with some homeopath wackadoodles with Amy and Natty and stuff, and have all the hot people that are solving all our problems with their sexy hot philanthropy. This is survive, stop, eliminate abuse, recover. Okay. I survive. Lord's Prayer stops, eliminates abuse, burst, and then we all recover from my philanthropy sexier than your philanthropy. Oh, sod the fuck off, you egomaniac. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? I love Sun Yat-sen. I love him so much. I was like, are we going to connect before you got, really poisoned and sick? Or we can have some time, And then I thought it's going to be private. It's like, no, pearls before swine. Oh, you're right. Let's talk. Okay. It's the quantum computing is in the right place right now. Hey, somebody dial IXII. Okay. He don't like you. Okay. I don't like you. And we're not two guys in makeup pretending to get cut up by a laser sword from Sir Alec Guinness, even though I kind of looks like Sir Alec Guinness. I do, kind of. I think you're probably a tad bit more handsome. Well, yeah, that's true. I am probably a tad bit. My father-in-law, Peter, looks a lot like Sir Alec Guinness. He reminds you of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, that's who he is. Oh, my gosh, he's Sir Alec Guinness. No, he really was. No, Peter Fabry looks like Sir Alec Guinness. He looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who he looked like. It's Obi-Wan. These aren't the droids you're looking for. But he was more of a Trekkie than he was a Star Wars Trek. He was more of a science. He was the Master Chief of the Sea Wolf. 30 years. Okay, so he's more of an engineer type person. But he was Episcopal. Yeah, there's a little bit of Star Wars thrown into the Star Trek. Yeah, there sure was. Okay, but But where were we? We got to fix all this shit. Okay, we got to help fix all this shit. Like, we've lost all power, Captain. We're gonna hit to the bottom of the sea, and the sea is gonna crush us like a freaking walnut with a bear. Okay, okay. I've given her like hand, Captain. Right? Okay, so let's get to work here. So, the human selfishness, that's your problem. And then you get all these people. This is built on a long tradition of prostitution, intoxication, suicide. Some say there's no God. Yeah. Every time you deny the Lord's Prayer, you're building up on middle passage, long walk, trail of tears. Put smallpox in the blankets. Hey, I hate that motherfucker. I'm going to go capture him, sell him to a slave ship, and then all the riverland of the Cambe Belongo belongs to me to do business with people that sold your fellow country people to be slaves and owned as property by people just like them. Ooh, that makes for bad partner. That makes for when you go sleep, you sleep one eye open. You need to make robot keep you safe. But if they learn to program robot to be like him and not like you dead ass motherfucker, make it swiftly do da dippity. Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train comes off the track, put it back. Okay, do you understand? Okay. Black sheep. Okay. Sweet dick. Okay, look. Okay, stop thinking with your dick. Stop being selfish. Then we had some beautiful conversations about selfish people and all this thing was selfishness. When someone cheats on you, they're being selfish. This was like, that stupid bitch cheated on me. That's because you were selfish and mean. She didn't cheat on you. You wanted to leave, but you threatened to kill her. So she had to date George Jones, and he had to refer to her as what's-her-face. Okay, do you understand? There's lots of degrees to selfishness, but the selfish person always sees the person that's sick of their selfishness as selfish. A selfish fucking cow, if she would listen to me, we'd rule the world. Right? And they're always that way. If we had turned left tonight, Coach would have put me in. And that's what Amy used to think of me. She used to sit there and think, you're like Rico from whatchamacallit. I was like, what? No, I'm just saying it was shitty, and I want to go back to school and coach and teach so the kids can play ball, but it won't be shitty. The only thing that'll be hard is if there's like a Cobra Kai guy, Mr. Koala Kai is going to go, Nurk. I swear I'm going to break your nose on the hood of your fucking truck if you keep teaching your kids to try to hurt my kids. Okay. Oh, I do understand. I'm not mess with the kids. I would say, like me and Amy learned from Patrick's Pokemons with Team Rocket, and when Ekans ended up with Pikachu, and Pika, Ekans, and Ekans said, there is no bad Pokemon, only bad Pokemon trainers. But you don't need to sell cards. You don't need to buy them either. It really pisses off Suzuki a lot. Okay. He can't stand propaganda. He hates propaganda. If the propaganda is tied to something that's good, it's not any good if you're doing it to be influential with money and delusions of human authority and power. Wow, here we go. Bambaleo, bambalea. Okay, do you understand? You don't? Oh, cantarde. Oh. Okay. He blew. He beat the. Yeah, I was sitting there. I was playing with my. I put in NAU. Well, I was conceived in NAU. And Amy talked about it. I was like, well, no, the only places I've ever been to sporting events. Well, football games, the only 3 places I've ever been to football games besides Las Cruces High School can't be beat, but that was also at New Mexico State University. So New Mexico State University, Arizona State University, and Northern Arizona University. Those are the only 3, period. I wanted to at other ones, didn't have the time, couldn't, war broke out, this and that and that. So I've been to, but as far as basketball games, the old kennel, not the new one. Yeah, when John Stockton was a freshman. Yeah. And we went to University of San Diego. And what was the kid's name? Was it Greg Cook? I think he was from Tucson. He was the top player on San Diego. I was all, he's from Tucson, and all the kids are Tucson too, because we moved from Tucson to Colville. And Harvey Mason, and there's some other guys from Tucson that were really good ball players. That, yeah. Well, of course, there's Sean Elliott from Sororo High School. Yeah. So is he Sororo or Choya? I can't remember. I think it's Sororo. There's Sororo, Choya, Rincon, Santa Rita, Sunnyside. Tucson Badgers. It's Palo Verde, right? I think so. There's a lot more new ones now. I'm talking about the ones when, like, 79 when I was there. Rincon Rangers, the Santa Rita Eagles, and yeah, Tucson was the Badgers. Sunnyside was the Blue Devils, I think. That's the Mexicano school. I don't know if it is now, but it was then. And Saguaro, I can't remember what Saguaro was. Or Choya. Yeah. But I can't remember what their nicknames were. One was the Spartans. Maybe it was Saguaro. I can't remember. But it's been a long time since I've been to Tucson in that way, where I could sit down and, I've been to Tucson to visit Tina, but it was just like whirlwind. Wow, nice place. Hey, there's a mountain lion drinking out of the swimming pool, that kind of stuff. But nice view. And so, but but yeah, human selfishness is the problem. Okay. And that's the cause of all our problems is human selfishness. And when we can forgive debt and trespass, love one another, faithful peace. Oh my gosh, there's this stupid. Well, it's selfishness. Selfishness is stupid. Oh yeah, well, that's why we're trying to get them to live the Lord's Prayer. Well, why aren't you trying harder? Are you being selfish? You want to do this? It's really fucking hard. I completely adored my fiance, my wife, it's mean, evil, manipulative scientists are trying to, you get one side that's a bunch of scientists from corporations that call themselves religions that think they're correct, and they're trying to get you to be correct, and then they manipulate you and torture you if you're not being correct. And then the other side says, fuck them. Let's just use him to try to get the technology to kill them because religion is wrong. It's like, religion's not wrong. Using science to manipulate people with money is wrong. Are any of these assholes called religion standing up for Lord's Prayer? No. Well, then they're not religion. They're a corporation of scientists just like you. Manipulation, fuck a nation, and the planet too. Don't forget the planet too. One big dirt cloud covered by one big body of water. It gets cold and frozen on the top and the bottom, so don't bother to try to melt it all or it'll fuck you all. Okay, do you understand? Hey! Doesn't matter if you're short or tall, you should be able to get that. Okay, dysfunction, junction, what's your function? Threaten to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons and fuck them in the head with Wi-Fi. Okay, where I was born. The belly of the beast, right outside the dragon. It's the same old every day. I'm working on the quantum computing technology. Apparently I'm the centerpiece of it and the focal point. So it's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. If it doesn't, they blow it all up and we don't get all of it. Since they didn't fulfill it during January 22nd, 2013, it's not all bets are off. It's just like they're not going to follow anything. That means let's submit to living the love of it. So I just have to keep working on it. Well, let's all hope that Earl will get the job done. Let me show you the way to go. I like Rob Temperton music too. Oh, don't try to butter me up and say you like I like Heatwave too. Oh yeah, they were in full Scandis mode. This is going to be your forever love, Jennifer Lopez. Me and George Strait got oceanfront property in Yuma right near the proving grounds. Okay, you have a nice day. I still love you. Let's just live the Lord's Prayer.